Righto, let's see how these seats worked out. They didn't come up too bad. Like, there's a fair bit of the human slime gone out of them. Can't see from the shade there. They're not too bad, and on the front of that one's not too bad. See, they're not too bad. Alright, so they've dried out quite well too already this morning. It's only early. So this one here is still very average. Like, look at that, that's still really bad, and so is that one. So I'm going to go through the process. I'll show you what I used to clean them. It wasn't anything really scientific. A bit of degreaser, some CT10 truck wash, and I'll finish it off with, I find that this stuff from Audi, it's cheap, but it works really good, and then you finish it off with that, which then gets rid of the smell of degreaser and stuff like that. But generally you can just use that with a rag and rub it into it and it comes off. But yeah, anyway, alright, I'll spray some stuff on, get set up. I've got to go to Brisbane for a tow, but I'll get this done and show you what the go is. And there's young Mia. Alright. Righto, so this is what I'm using. It's no exact science. I don't really know what's going on either, but that's a truck wash that I mixed up in there and some degreaser. So basically, just spraying it onto the bad bits and hoping that it comes clean, really. Like, it's made a big difference already, but it's still very mangy. I'll probably have to do it about 3 times on these seats. These are a lot worse than normal. Normally the seats aren't this bad. But spray it on, let it soak, and we'll pressure wash it off. I don't know how they got so dirty, to be honest. It's just absolutely putrid. And then this one, just soak it in, I suppose. What do you do? Mia, get off it! That was ridiculous, mate. She just sat on the seat I just degreased. Let it soak in a bit. This truck wash works really well on trucks. Surely it'll work well on seats. But yeah, alright, so you get the gist of it. Just soak it in and then we'll just spray it off, and it just, yeah, we'll see how she ends up. I'll get back to this and show you this afternoon. So, alright, the other day, the tx3, I had to play with it to make sure the motor was alright. The new wiring looms turned up for it, and I still need an ECU. If anyone lives in Cranbourne down in Melbourne, there's a guy with an ECU down there, but he won't post it. I need someone to pick it up for me and stick it in the post. So yeah, message me if you live in Cranbourne down in Melbourne. I need that ECU up for the tx3. But I'll cut to that now. I'll show you what happened with the compression test and everything like that. And then, yeah, we'll get back to these seats later this afternoon, and we'll go for a bit of a drive in the XR8 that Letho's pissing about with now. But anyway, alright dudes, I'll keep doing this and we'll see where we end up. Okay guys, tx3 today. Okay, remember we're doing the swap for the 5-litre ute. The bloke with the 5-litre ute has been extremely patient with me, which has been great. It's just, I normally do not advertise a car until it's ready to go. But this thing, he sort of wanted to do it and approached me, so I'm just going to do my best not to muck him about too much. But yeah, so okay, so here's where we're at. We're going to compression test it today because we've got to make sure that this motor is going to be okay for him before we put it all together. So I've just had a look under the bonnet. Okay, you see exhaust manifold's missing, inlet manifold's missing, and your starter motor is right there. Okay, and there's no wiring harness. Okay, but that's no great drama. I have a few of these cars in the yard, so yeah, but we'll just have a quick look through the boot now to see what we've actually got in here. I started to look, and then I thought, oh, I've got to go get that camera. So I hate for you guys to miss out on anything. That'd be terrible, wouldn't it? There's our shifter cables. There's our other back piece. I think he said he's going to put all the interior back together, which is going to be great. One less thing I have to do. There we go. Good thing is this thing will have a very, very basic harness. Okay, so we've got that one there, and someone's actually labelled it all. Look at that. That's what we got. Don't know what that says. Sensor, red clip on the back. Clip from starter motor. Oh, so that's our actuator. That's that. That there must be a starter motor wire. That must be starter wire. Some sort of sensor. Well, no, that one there would be a starter motor. goes over the top of it there, because that sits there with that one. Alternator and alternator, so our power stuff. You just got to always check when you're looking. Always have a look inside the plugs. Like, we've had cars that have come in with misfires and stuff like that, and everything looks right. You change coil packs, you do all this sort of stuff, but when you pull the coil plug stuff off, have a look in the plug, because sometimes one of those pins might have just dropped back. You get a miss on cylinder 3, you cannot find it anywhere, and all it is the plug. The little pins drop back as it's pushed in, it's bent or something, and it's popped out. Always have a look inside the plug to see if the thingos are gone. This thing should be a pretty cool car. Like, here's the turbo and the manifold. It's got quite a nice big dump pipe with it. A second set of pedals, some more lines, a few more plastics. The plastics are actually in quite good condition. They're not actually all broken. Another accelerator pedal. Has this not got pedals in it? No, it's got a set of pedals. Look at that, Momo ones. She's a beast. We've got a spot-on mobile key cutting, key tag. You can't read that, can you, because it's shining back. But yeah, I love this bit too. Like, it's got all the little Momo bits, you know. There's no shifter in it. Yeah, she's gonna be pretty cool. All right. Okay. All right. So we found a wiring harness. I'm gonna put that in, and then I'll get back to you again with the camera, and we'll see where we're at. Okay, so tx3, what a beast, eh? Love these things. Righto, so this is where we're at, guys. Okay, we're going okay. So I've pulled the spark plugs out, okay, and they all are sitting there. Okay, that one's not oiled up or carboned, that one's good, and that one's good. So that tells me that all 4 cylinders it's not all oiled up. You know, it has been sitting for a long time, but they're not gunked up and they're not all carboned up, and it looks like it was okay and it was running. It doesn't look like it's got any piston stuck to a spark plug. The gap hasn't all closed up, so that means that the big end bearing hasn't gone and allowed the piston to come up too far and hit the valves and hit the spark plug. So that's a good thing. Okay, so wiring. We have the alternator's wired up now, because that was that loom that was in the back. Okay, that one there had a little thing written on it to say red clip. Okay, so that one's in. Starter motor's on. Actuator wire to the starter motor's on. That loom then runs through here to the fuse box, which was on the end of it. These plugs here were all just sitting there, so they've all gone in. The only one I'm missing now is this one here. Okay. Yeah, the rest of the stuff just there's for headlights and all that sort of stuff. We have the battery cable, which will be our positive. I'm going to put that earth underneath one of the bolts just here, probably under that one. Okay, so now my next step will be go and hunt down a negative and a battery clamp, so I can put that there. Then check these ports, make sure there's nothing sitting in the ports before I turn it over. There's oil in the engine at the moment that doesn't look too dirty. There's no oil filter on the back here, so I'm going to go chase down an oil filter so it doesn't just spray oil out everywhere, and an earth lead, and then at that stage we should be right to see if it turns over and go from there. I still do need to chase down a lot more wiring loom pieces, but I have other cars here where I can grab all that other stuff, so that's a good start. I'm pretty happy with that so far. Yeah, the phone hasn't rang, I haven't had to run out of the yard and go to a breakdown tow or something, so rightio, I'll go chase down some more bits, see where we end up. Righto guys, we've got it all together. Okay, so yeah, I didn't realise I actually had, in amongst that loom there, had the negative, so we've just found a terminal for it. We're trying the jump pack now. I've just hit the key and it will turn over. Yeah, put an oil filter on the back there so that's not going to spew oil out. Yeah, so we're just going to grab a battery now, a better one, so it cranks a bit better. We can get started with the compression test. So we're going all right, I think, I hope. I don't know. What do you reckon? Righto, first cylinder. Come on. Okay, good pressure. Righto, second cylinder. We're leaking a bit of power steering fluid because the stuff's missing, but I'll clean that up later, but we'll continue with our compression tests. So second cylinder. Okay, that one looks good too. It's pretty much exactly the same as the first one. Number 3. Yep, about the same. All cylinders so far around that 100 psi, so that's good. Righto, so this one's our last cylinder, so we're on cylinder 4 now, okay. As you can see, she's in there. Cross your fingers, everyone, because it looks like this motor's really good. Alright, let's see what's going on there. Righto, I'm hoping on that last one just then that the battery was just too flat, because it was getting a bit heavy going, so... Alright, I'll put another battery on. No. I think it's dropped cylinder 1 somehow. Alright, I'm just going to pull the compression tester out of this one, put it back in that one, hit it again and see what it does, and if it's, yeah, might be doing a motor swap, which is fine, doesn't matter. Righto, I checked the next cylinder across, and even going slow like that, it was coming up, but come up slow. So I've just put it back in. Maybe I had it sitting wrong. We'll check her out again. So it's in that cylinder 1 again. And... oh no, we're golden. Alright, so that's... Yep, mad. Alright. I was scared for a minute then, but yeah, no, she come up. So all 4 cylinders are up over 100, so we're good. Yeah, there's the captain.
What was the difference between them?
Within 10, all the way across.
Oh, okay, cool.
They were all
Yeah,
up.
so
They were all up over the 90. They were halfway, pretty much between the 90 and the 120. So
yep.
yeah, so she'll be fine, and that's from sitting. So they'll probably come up a bit as it loosens up again.
Of course they will,
and yeah, so the motor's good. So we're golden. Rightio. Yeah. We're going to go on a hunt now. Looks like I've got a little bit more time today. We'll get a list together of what we need, and I'll get all that together. I think the captain's got it on his list for next week. But yeah, we're good. Awesome. How good's that? I scared myself on that last one though, didn't I? You guys thought it was fucked as well, didn't you? Alright, here we go. Alright guys, so we've had a success and we've had a not success. So here's where we're at. Okay, so yes, it turns over. Yes, I'll have enough loom there to get it going. Okay, but looking at in behind the dash, the ECU's missing. Okay, so the ECU sits up underneath in the front there, okay, and that's actually missing. And so that leads me to believe that with the ECU missing and that part of the loom, it must have had a microtack or something in it. It's had an aftermarket computer in it. So I've got to now find a manual computer and a loom for the distributor loom and all that sort of stuff, which isn't the end of the world. I might have to buy another car to get it together, okay. We just looked at my one, okay, which is this one, to see if we could use this loom and computer and stuff, but it's actually different. There's little bits and pieces that are different all the way through it. We'd end up having to chop that apart anyway, so that's out of the question. But yeah, it's not the end of the world, it's just an obstacle, and we just have to get past that obstacle, which is sit down on the internet now and have a bit of a look. So yeah, good things, bad things, just follow the process. Okay, so we have. So this is what I do when I pressure wash a seat. I don't know everything about pressure washing seats, but I'll show you what I do. So what I do, right, is you start at the top, like you've sprayed your stuff on, and you methodically work your way down, and it pushes the human slime. See how it's coming cleaner, and it pushes it all down through, and when you get to the bottom, you see it all coming out the bottom. See that? See how it's coming cleaner? You sort of got to push it, work it down, like work it from the top and push all the rubbish down, and you've got to get it out of the seat. By the time you get to the bottom, see, look at that stain just went there. And then yeah, just keep on pushing it down. So it, see what I mean? It just pushes it all down and out of the way. That's actually coming up heaps better. So yeah, you can see there it's starting to make a big difference to what it was. But you can see it's all down on the bottom level now. See down the bottom there where it all is? And get right in there. There you go. I don't know. That's just all I can, the only tip I can really give you is to just, you got to methodically work the stuff down the seat. So down to there and then down here. See? And then you just keep pushing it downwards. So you can see it all there pooling, but you've got to get it out and down the seat. It might take a couple of goes for it to come, see what I mean? And then it's all going down the bottom there and coming out the bottom. But yeah, this will come up perfect this time, I think. I've just got to methodically push all the crap down. So there you go. There you go. I think it's going to come up clean. Sorry about the water on the lens. Righto, finished the seats for now. Okay, so they're wet. That one's wet. And they're soaking. So, but we've made good progress, I feel. Like that's come up a lot better. It'll make a big difference once it dries out as well. But we'll show you that this afternoon. But old Captain's got the AU going for me, the XR8. So we can take it for a run. The boys went through. They had to find bonnet struts, and you can see how many bonnet struts there. Big pile of them. Looks like he's changed that water pipe over. I think he's filling it up with water at the moment. It actually runs pretty well. It's only dead stock from what I can tell. But yeah, we'll take it for a run in a minute. Right, AU time, dudes. Let's go for a run, eh? I haven't driven this thing yet, so it should be good. She seems to run it right now. It needs an oil change. It has a little bit of a tick when we first started up, but yeah, someone had long legs. I think it's going to be all right. Like it's not too bad. I don't even know what that stuff there is, but anyway, we'll see what she's going to do, eh? Something doesn't sound the best in the diff there. Brake's locking up or something. Alright, let's see what she's like. Smells like a lawnmower. It smells like a lawnmower going, but yeah, it's geez, the auto's good in it. It's crisp as. Kicks down. Boy. What's buzzing at me? Fuel, ABS. Oil pressure's good. Need some bushes in that back end, that's for sure. Yeah. Oh Jesus, it's noisy. I like this. I like it a lot. I cannot believe I just said that. Yeah. I don't mind it. Oh my god. I cannot believe that yeah, it's camera in one hand, sliding around one-handed. Can't ask for more than that, really, can you? Like, yeah. Wow, I am amazed at how much that was good. The auto is really crisp. The motor's really responsive. It's surprisingly good. I don't know about the wheels, guys. I think it just needs to go lower. I was saving those wheels for the F100 conversion, but yeah, she I don't know, that was good. I was actually quite happy with that. I drive a lot of cars and that was actually, it done what it was supposed to do, and it was quite, oh, anyway. Alright, what else we got to do this arbo? Alright. Yeah, so it looks like the tx3 is going to be alright, which is good. So I've got the loom now. I was talking to the guy again about the ECU. He might be going to post it to me now, between this morning when I filmed and now. So the seats have come up okay. They've started to dry out, but I'm going to maybe get some, that's young Mia, can't help herself. They've come up a lot better. I still wouldn't say that they're good, but yeah, I'd never use the carpet cleaning stuff, you know, you can get from the supermarket with the scrubbing brush thing. Like, they're getting better, it's just, yeah, I think that this one here is dirty still because I cleaned this one and it spews it all onto this one, but yeah, I don't know. It's getting there. Like, they'll be good enough to use anyway. because as you can imagine, 3,000 k's with the kids in the car, the seats are going to end up putrid anyway. So yeah, but the boys done a bit on the formula today. We'll go out and have a look at that, and that'll be us for today's video, I suppose. Yeah, here she is. Now when I got the car, someone had jumped on the roof. So yeah, so what happened when they jumped on the roof was it bent these braces here. So what we've done is, you can see we've supported them there and got jacks and pushed them up, and we've re-glued them to the roof. So yeah, hopefully that sticks, because otherwise it just pushes the hood liner down. But yeah, we're getting there. It's just another piece of the puzzle that has to get put back together. They've pulled the front bar off. I think it had that big tow bar thing just there. That was under the front bar. So we've got the front bar off at the moment. It's not all bent there though. Everything looks pretty good. So yeah, and of course the fuel pump shit itself. So I've got to go. I don't know, I was down in Brisbane today and I forgot to get a fuel pump, so I'll try and get one out here tomorrow. But yeah, we found that Calais come in, and it had I know that's the old parcel shelf, but I've got a good parcel shelf now for the for it. So yeah, all right guys, well, a bit more progress. See how we go. More happens tomorrow.